Hello, Leo. Good morning. I'm pretty sure it's Sunday. No, it's Monday. That's right. Yesterday was Sunday. I hope this resonates. If it doesn't, shut it down. Don't let it play. Unless you just want some advice or you like the theme. Go by theme. I mean, honestly, it's not really about the sign. The sign is what brings in the energy. Like Leo, it's going to bring in strength, fire, or it'll be what's weak, that needs to strengthen. Just a thought. People wondering what side I chose? Blood. Not bloods, blood. Meaning, I choose violence. That's all I heard me say to myself. Okay, enough shop talk. There we go. Okay. Whoa, okay. I love when they can pop it out like that. It always reminds me of popcorn. Just flying everywhere. Whoa. Really? Oh. Whoa. So much energy here. Okay. Get my shit together here, Whitney. Okay, mirror in limbo with clock the runner, not enough, and boat in reverse. So I've got the extra cards. There was like five, how many cards? 6 cards that fell into me crotch area. Okay, and that shows me something. So we got karmic with heart with a key, and then sunglasses, girl with a snake, palm tree, and what's that last one? Healing heart, all in reverse. So to me, I was like, okay, so you have a very unstable, very broken enemy that I believe is stalking you because you're the one. So, what does that mean? I'm going to tell you what that means. Mirror in limbo. This person, this very unhappy person, okay, does not know their own reflection. They are living in a world where when they look at themselves, they don't like what they see. So they try to change things and they get frustrated with their appearance. They get frustrated with, I believe, with themselves. Okay? And I think they don't know their own wounds. They don't know that they're hurting themselves. So they have picked you to duplicate. And from the looks of it, they are doing their research. So it's time to catch this asshole doing dirty. So the clock, the runner, not enough. So it's time. The universe knows it's time to catch this runner in your life. Now I'm getting that Leonardo DiCaprio movie from a long time ago where he was that pilot and they couldn't find him. He just he wasn't even a pilot. He just kept switching names. He was like a Pan Am pilot or something like that. Can't catch me or catch me if you can. Catch me if you can. So he was like, yes, that's this person. I feel like that's this person. They're like taking lives. You know, they keep finding somebody to duplicate. Yeah. Okay. So we got yes, okay, so there's definitely a vampire amongst you. And they are trying to connect with you, okay, through sex. But it's like your flame, your root chakra. Like they're trying to. I mean, the root chakra. I was going to say fruit chakra, is the first chakra, right? So this person's trying to get into your root, into the heart of who you are, basically, right? So we got magic, instincts, and then idiot in reverse with Dana Scully. So the thing is that I think you have to be smarter than this person and use your instincts, okay? The person that's around you, that's trying to copy you, okay, you're going to figure out who this is. It's not going to take long, especially if you have social media. I feel like this is a girl, and I think if you scrape at it long enough, you'll figure it out. Like, it's like this person's hiding good. Like, I'm watching this guy shovel the walkway, and I'm thinking, you know, you wouldn't know there was a sidewalk there if you were new and just saw the snow. You can't see the sidewalk underneath the snow. So I feel like, but now there's this guy, he does all the buildings, but there's always somebody to come and clean it up. There's always somebody that's gonna, you know, show you the way, it's almost like. So I feel like if you use your instincts strong enough, you will figure out the facts behind what I'm talking about. Like I also feel like you're not an idiot. Like, you're not stupid. I think you can feel that there's somebody around that is just a little too like you. Yeah, I can hear Monster in my head by Eminem and Rihanna, and that part where you think I'm crazy, well, that's not fair. Like, I feel like that's that person that's doing this. They're like, you think I'm crazy, but that's not fair to call me crazy, that I copy everything you do. That's not crazy. That's flattering. Oh, okay. I once dated this guy. I found him super attractive. Okay. He was 6'2", 6'3". I'm only like 5'5". I think I'm 5'5" and a half. I'm about 130 pounds, okay? I'm not big. So I tend to like date bigger guys, but I don't like big. I like skinny. I just like tall guys. So I was dating this guy, and he was covered in tattoos from like head to toe, okay? And his style, I guess, was the same as a rapper. And I didn't know, because I didn't know this particular rapper. So I'm driving him. He lived like an hour away from my house. So I was up visiting my sister. I went and picked him up, and then we were driving back down to my house, and he put his his MP3 player on, or iPod on, or I don't know what it was. This was like 6-7 years ago now. And he put this artist on called Yellow Wolf. And he's like, I'm like, who the fuck is this? And he's like, it's Yellow Wolf. You don't know Yellow Wolf? And I'm like, no, I don't know who the fuck you're talking about. And I didn't really like whatever song he put on, I didn't like. So I was like, fucking change this. And then when we got home, he showed me a picture of Yellow Wolf. Oh my God. And I realized that he looked identical to him. And I was like, that's when I realized I thought his style was his. It wasn't. So, needless to say, he definitely doesn't pull that style off anymore. He's got his own style. He's married now and everything, so he's got his own style. But I was like, that was the first time I'd ever really seen in person, other than this one friend I used to hang out with. She literally thought she was Lady Gaga. I had to stop hanging out with her. It was the worst experience of my life being around her. It's just like, so that's like, those are the only two people that I know that have seriously tried to copy somebody. And both times being around them, I was so disgusted by it. Like, why would you want to copy somebody else, especially a celebrity? Like, be a little bit more original than that. Like, copy somebody from down the street. Like, why do you got to copy somebody on TV, right? And at the time, you know, like Lady Gaga wasn't really, like, she was, you know, on top, but nobody really knew who Yellow Wolf was. Like this was, again, like going on like 7-8 years ago now, right? So I feel like, but he stopped copying him, and I still think she wants to be Lady Gaga. I'm not gonna lie. She still pulls off a lot of things where you're like, okay, so you're really gonna go down that road, aren't you? And not be original at all. But some people, they don't care. They'll flaunt it. Like, they'll be like, they will let you know who they are copying that day. This person is copying you, which means if they're copying you, they're not copying a celebrity. They're not copying somebody on TV or some type of famous influencer. They're copying you. And that, to me, I'm not going to say that that's flattering, because this person needs to find who they are, not who they want to be for the next 10 minutes. Right? So I don't know if maybe that helps in some way, but I mean, you might not even know who they're copying. That's the thing. Like I said, I didn't know who Yellow Wolf was while I was dating his double. Okay? I had no idea who the guy was. So not everybody knows everybody, right? So you could think you might have some platform and somebody's watching you, but you don't know, because how would you? You might not know this person, but I think this person has to realize that by copying you, they're going to get nowhere. Like, Andrew was still Andrew. He wasn't Michael Wayne Atha, you know, like, he wasn't Yellow Wolf. He was still himself, even though he appeared to look as somebody else. This person that's copying you is still going to be themselves. They're just going to appear differently, right? So it's not like, I don't find any danger in it, but it's not Danger Bay, but I do feel like it's like, okay, you know, people have to figure out who they are on the inside. They have to find enough confidence, because surprisingly, believe it or not, people who are authentically themselves have worked very hard to be that way, right? Or they had parents that allowed them to be their own authentic selves, right? Somebody has to learn that they have to stop holding on to people who they think are the one that they want to copy. That's completely stopping yourself from becoming who you want to be. Because if Lady Gaga was copying somebody, or if Yellow Wolf was copying somebody, they wouldn't be where they are right now, right? So you have to think about that. Like, you have to think about the originalness that is people is what gets people where they are, not copycats. Copycats are just spin-offs, you know, like, you know how a spin-off is. It gets views, but people shut it off halfway down. You know, like, why are you going to watch a copycat? Like, I realized I watched this short film called What We Do in the Shadows. about 10 years ago, and it was a short independent film, okay, about a house full of vampires that live together in current civilization. I went on to YouTube the other day, or I found it. What We Do in the Shadows is now a TV show. I was like, how did this short indie film become a TV show? Like, I won't even watch it. I won't even look at it. It looks stupid. Because that short original 5-minute film was incredible. And the spin-offs, like even like he actually ended up making a movie which was incredible as well. But the short film is what is the best. The short film, the first one is the best. And it's like, to go to a TV show, I'm like, what just happened? Like, why? Because it was a good idea that somebody has to take it so low, right? Like, yeah, like it has to take it so low. Like, there are so many enemies out there that are so narcissistic, and what they don't realize is that they're being used as well. Everybody's being used. They just don't understand how they're being used, right? They think because they're on top, or they think because they have money, or they think because they have a family, they're not being used. But of course you are. Everybody's being charmed or used. I'm being used right now doing these videos, right? It's like you just have to see where it is, and you have to be okay with it, right? Being used like this, being somebody's puppet, I wouldn't really say, like, I would kind of say, you know, throughout the day, maybe, please stop copying me, right? Like, please don't be my double. I don't need a double. I'm not an actor. This isn't stunts. I don't need somebody acting like they're me, right? And that might help you get this energy away from you, because if it's that heavy, then you might be feeling it, right? You might be feeling like you've got a lot of eyes on you, right? All eyes on me. Now we got Tupac, right? It's like you might feel like that. You might feel like there's a lot of eyes on you, and the only way to stop it, I mean, keep being you. You can't stop being you. But the person who's trying to be you needs to chill. Like, big time. Because if you use magic, and if you use people, people will use you, and magic will use you, right? So, to your copycat double, your time is up, my friend. Not my friend. Not your friend. Your double. I hope it helps. Peace, Leo.